Okay, so I'm looking at my prioritization of care report. I chose to do my simulation in the ED, and I gotta say that I've been removed from the medical nursing population for a while, working in psychiatric and correctional nursing. Be quiet, Marley. And so I did, for both the ER and urgent care, I did choose the correct patient for the top priority. I also assigned 5 out of 6 patients correctly to either the ER or urgent care. The lone mistake I made in categorization was someone with long QT syndrome. I suggested maybe they needed an EEG or an MRI. I was thinking more in terms of brain activity with their syncopal episodes. But she did mention her aunt who died of a sudden cardiac event at age 25. And perhaps that was something I should have paid more attention to. So anyway, definitely requires more research along those lines. But once we got to looking over the respiratory syndromes, if you look here, and of course the cat just jumped on the piano, which is, of course, going to interfere. We look at hydronephrosis. That's what one of my ER patients had. Marathoner, training, dehydrating, not drinking enough fluids. Sudden piercing pain in left abdomen. I was thinking potential peritonitis. Maybe that's true, but his urinary system was affected. Therefore, we have to look at the kidneys. And in this case, we need to clear the blockage, a potential stone. Possibly a lithotripsy is warranted. So they certainly are going to go to the ER, this patient. However, he was last on the priority list there. Second was someone with long QT syndrome. And as you can see from this site, Johns Hopkins Medicine, it can lead to a potential life-threatening arrhythmia called torsade de pointes. And of course, this can lead to syncope, but it can also lead to sudden cardiac death. And I think the sudden stands out in the acuity of it all. And that's why this was pronounced second. So I got the first one right, the second one wrong. And 2 and 3 were backwards. The third one, it's not bacterial pneumonia. Number 1 rank in the ER. It's not listed here, but it was an MI. Pretty much has to be treated in 4 to 6 hours, has the potential for the most damage, has the most potential for sudden death, was not relieved with nitro tablets, and clearly the number 1 ER priority. Of those I sent to the urgent care, one person likely had bacterial pneumonia, they had COPD, they were coughing up green slime, and they were... their O2 was down to about 90 or 91. And in this case, I'm looking this over, and it's important to get it treated, even though it's not an acute emergency, because as you can see here, I came across this little thing off the National Institute of Health's website that says bacterial pneumonia caused the most deaths in 1918. Of course, that was the era of the Spanish flu, which we're now all recalling due to the COVID-19 epidemic. But in this case, the bacterial pneumonia ranked below, or the, in any event, the green sputum COPD exacerbation ranked below these next two. The ranking, it ranked second. Ranking at the bottom was pharyngitis, and in this case, 90% of pharyngitis is caused by a viral infection, goes away on its own. In some cases might require an antibiotic, but although the vitals were potentially the most abnormal, or here they are oxygenated, they are alert and oriented, and so urgent care at definitely not the top of the priority list was warranted in this case. Finally, we had nephrology here, and the person at urgent care who, I'm sorry, yeah, no, I was correct. The pharyngitis was at the bottom, and UTI was in the middle. UTI, obviously, when the kidney shuts down, it all shuts down. And in this case, the person was getting frequent UTIs. They were otherwise healthy. Their only other associated condition was hypertension. But again, you know, it was a frequent occurrence here, and it was certainly something that on its own would likely not go away. So it needed pharmaceutical treatment, and in this case, it was at the middle of the pack at urgent care. So that's where everything ranks, and I certainly would relish the opportunity to get back into the ED, but knowing that I am a correctional and psychiatric nurse, certainly wouldn't be comfortable walking in with no practice. And thank you very much.